Special day, the unveiling of the sixth statue, this time for Brooks Robinson. Forever memorialized with a larger-than-life statue, the Orioles' greatest third baseman watched this play by Manny Machado during the game. It looked a lot like the human vacuum cleaner. The Orioles coming away with the victory, a full house on hand. Today, they could wrap up a postseason playoff berth. The final home game of the year coming up. It's the Orioles on Masson, and a beautiful afternoon to conclude this home season as the Red Sox and the Orioles will wrap up this three-game set. And will this be the day where the Orioles know they will be going to the postseason one way or the other? It could happen. We'll be doing some scoreboard watching. As a result of the Orioles' win yesterday, they are now tied with the Yankees' identical records. The Yankees are trailing 2-0 early on in their ball game today. Tampa Bay Rays trying to stay in it. We'll follow their action today. And, of course, it's the Angels game that matters. The Angels in a doubleheader against Texas, they're playing already. If the Orioles win and the Angels lose the first game of that doubleheader, the Orioles know they will be going to the postseason. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne, and welcome. Big crowd on hand as we get set for this game. Before we get to the baseball, it is very important that you understand, because we've talked about it so much, this is an 8-track tape. This is one of the few remaining in the world. It's the Star Wars history. All of you need to know what it looks like, because many have never seen it before, and nobody has a player upon which to use it. But at least you can say in your life you saw the 8-track. For the Orioles, record this on your 8-track. In the first game against the Red Sox in the series, the Orioles started it out early, and away they went. They would come away with a grand slam home run, the first of his career. Flaherty first inning. For Ryan Flaherty, it would put the Orioles up, and Chris Tillman needed no more. One run on one hit in the ball game. He worked 8 beautiful innings. On Saturday, yesterday, the Orioles defense. Didn't that look like Brooks in that great play to some degree by Manny Machado? And then Reynolds with a great catch that will be seen a billion times long after he's gone. And the great double play by Hunter. A very tough one, 1-6-3. That came in the 6th inning. And then Machado in the 7th, a game winner. He's had 3 home runs in the last 3 ball games. That put it away, and the Orioles came away with the victory. He got the pie. Adam Jones, the Orioles Player of the Year, doing the ceremonies. Jim Palmer, was an exciting day, and another one here as the magic numbers 2.
Well, it really is. And, it's great when you can relate to your fans, and I don't think that the Oriole fans have ever been apathetic or indifferent. It's just that the Orioles haven't won. So 2 more wins, they will have won as many games as they lost last year, which was 93. So, again, this has been a marvelous year. And the one thing that comes to mind, and you talked about the first 2 games of this series, Gary, is that they could beat you so many different ways. They beat you with a big inning, the 6-run first inning on Friday night after hitting 7 home runs on Wednesday, 6 of them coming after the 4th inning. And then last night, it was about pitching, it was about defense, it was about timely hitting. So the Orioles, talking about it all the time, they're playing their best baseball at the perfect time of the season.
And today it would be so sweet if on this final game at home, the Orioles could send their fans away knowing that they're going to go to the postseason, not knowing whether they'll overtake the Yankees or be a wild card team. But Jim, it would be just a great moment if that came up on the scoreboard that the Angels lost the first one.
Well, you got to go all the way back to 97. The fans have appreciated it. So the fans are having a great year. The players are had a marvelous year. Front office, everybody, really kudos to all of them. They have turned it on at the right time.
And we'll see if they can continue it today when we come back. The final home game, and a lot of scoreboard watching will be going on. Orioles, Red Sox next. Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. And by Jeep. Jeep and the unique brand of freedom you'll find only in the full line of Jeep vehicles. Visit Jeep.com to learn more. What a glorious weather day it is here at Camden Yards and in Baltimore. A few puffy clouds up there, gentle breeze. Take a look at our train game time temperature at 72 degrees. Visit train.com for an independent train comfort specialist dealer near you. It's hard to stop a train. Starting lineup for the Red Sox brought to you by Dodge, Ellsbury, Pedroia, and Ross, Gomez, Valencia, Lavarnway, Navas, Siriaco, and Iglesias. Jacoby Ellsbury getting back into the lineup. There are the numbers against the East this year. See your authorized Dodge dealer and experience a world of performance, design, and fuel efficiency. Schedule a test drive or go to Dodge.com and check out their powerful lineup.
And take a look at our AFSI Intelligence Report. AFSI, the Association for Global Security Professionals. Well, you get a veteran starter, Dan Duquette, going out. They realize he's pitched in the postseason. Again, not a guy that's, he's not a hard thrower like he used to be, so he pitches to contact. So, again, he's going to not overthrow. He understands it, what he is. And, if you want him to win, and he's pitched pretty well with the exception of the first start he made against the White Sox. And they have at least, 5 guys with at least over 20, 30, and now done 40 home runs. You get him some runs. They're only getting him about 2.6 runs a game. Get him some runs, and you may see a W to get that record to 3-3.
The Saunders will come on to pitch. His numbers on the season, 8-13. A lot of hits against him in 167 innings, 187 hits. A veteran who's got a 77-65 lifetime record, and you saw the numbers as the left-handers really have struggled against him. No home runs by a left-hander against him this year. The right-handers with that big 306 mark. We are ready to go as Jacoby Ellsbury got back into the lineup yesterday for the Red Sox, and he will take that first pitch for a strike, and we are underway. Ellsbury with a 1-for-4 in the ball game last night, making every effort to get back. He hadn't played since the 19th of September prior to the ball game last night. He was hot when he left, and he's gone 8-for-19 if you go back over the last few ball games.
Yeah, there's a skipper, Bobby Valentine, and a 2-year deal. He thinks he's coming back.
That one to right field and misjudged and still caught by Davis. That ball kept going and he hauled it in.
Well, the one thing about Chris Davis, he's played left, he's DH, he's played first, he goes to his left and to his right. He is a very athletic guy, or otherwise you don't make this play. Now, has he played a lot of right field? The hardest ball hit at you, and right there you go. You got the salute from Wayne Kirby because it was a terrific play. Easily could have been over his head, not only for a double, but with Ellsbury's speed, possibly a leadoff triple, and all it is a line drive out.
24 start for him in right field. This will go to center off the bat of Pedroia. Jones has got it, 2 fly ball outs.
And already you see what the Orioles have been able to do since Manny Machado and McLouth came in, has beat you a lot of different ways. McLouth, Jones, Davis. That is the outfield. Machado, Hardy, Flaherty, Reynolds. Only Flaherty really playing out of position as Reynolds assumed over at first. And then you got Gold Glove, the Gold Glove catcher Matt Wieters, the new daddy.
Cody Ross will stand in, 2 down, nobody on. Orioles Yankees tied for first in the division. Toronto leads the Yankees 2-0. Bottom of the second inning. A win by the Orioles and a loss by the Angels in the first game of their doubleheader today in Texas, and the Orioles would be assured of a place in the postseason. Bottom of the second inning, Texas 2, the Angels nothing. Swung out and missed, and a 2-strike count on Cody Ross.
And again, when Cody Ross says you're looking at Buck Showalter, and boy, has he skippered this team. He has completely turned around the culture. Coming over in August of 2010.
Saunders will miss outside with it, and a 1-ball 2-strike count from the left-hander. Red Sox 2 down, foul back, 1-2 stays. Cody Ross has had a 1-for-7 in the series. First 2 games here. The Red Sox have done very well against left-handers on the year, 26 and 23. third most wins, tied for third in lefties. And that one bounced, hit him, but after it had bounced and he got out of the way, Saunders buried that one in a 2-ball, 2-strike count.
Yeah, what Joe Saunders can do, I was talking to a scout and he had seen him scatter the 11 hits against the Blue Jays. The Jays, of course, a pretty powerful lineup, especially against lefties. So they hit a couple of home runs. He said it's got to be perfect, but he knows he cannot pitch in the middle of the plate. Veteran enough innings to know that.
Down to third, Manny Machado, in, out, and in. And Saunders retires the side in order. The Orioles lineup here at Camden Yards when we come back. Markers and placards has been enormous over the last week because we've seen so many signs here at the ballpark during this homestand. Take a look at the starting lineup brought to you by Southwest Airlines. McLeod, Hardy, Davis, Jones, Wieters, and Thome, Reynolds, Flaherty, Machado. This season against Boston, unbelievable year for Mark Reynolds.
And our AFC intelligence report, well, he needs to pitch. And by what I mean by that, he's not a stuff guy, so he has to use all his pitches. Ignore the numbers. The Orioles know. They saw him last year when he pitched for Toronto, and in his first major league start, 7 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, so they know he can pitch well. And again, 11 starts last year, 2 this year. The numbers are horrible. But again, if he makes his pitches, he's going to force you to cover both sides of the plate, and he will throw the changeup at any count. Again, the numbers, I mean, they're frightening.
Here's Nate McLouth, and the pitch will be taken down low for a ball. And Stewart, the 25-year-old right-hander, will fall behind the Oriole leadoff batter, 2-0. McLouth, a 2 for 8 in the series. He has a 3-game hit streak, upping his average to 273 on the year, and fouls that one off the dish in a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Great difference for the Orioles with Nick Markakis out of there, obviously red hot at the plate in the leadoff spot, and as we've repeated, Nate McLouth has stood in and done the job, while Nick looking forward to get those pins taken out in Tampa tomorrow. In the air, has he done it again? Left center field, way back, and goodbye, home run!
Wow, you cannot pitch up and out over the plate behind hitters at this ballpark. And the wind is blowing out this afternoon.
That is his 10th career leadoff home run. And the Orioles have a 1-0 lead.
And what he's done so well into the 30-hit mark in the month of September is work the count into his favor and then take advantage.
His 7th home run, all with the Orioles this year, and that one's going to be foul back by Hardy.
Well, take a look, just up and out over the plate. Works in some ballparks, not here. Wind blowing out. And you could see the elevation. You can look for your pitch when you get the pitcher in a hole, and that's exactly what he's been doing.
Hardy, he's got a base hit. His second hit of the series in 9 at-bats, and the Orioles start picking up on those numbers of Stewart right away.
Well, they're trying to do what they did on Friday night against Aaron Cook, and that was 6 in the first. And then he walked the first 2 hitters of the second. They had to go to the bullpen early. They want to force Bobby Valentine to do that again.
6 home runs in 2 games surrendered by Stewart. He gave up 4 against Chicago, 2 more against the Angels. He's been touched up for the long ball along with all those other bad numbers. Here's Davis batting third. He will take the pitch down low for a ball. Chris has got an 8-game hit streak on a tear, raising his average to 269, reaching the 30 home run mark. During the streak, he's done everything offensively for the Orioles that you could ask, hitting .448 during the streak. And on this homestand, a 9 for 23, 4 home runs, 6 runs, and 9 RBIs during this homestand for the Orioles. On at first base, Hardy being held by Gomez. Davis going to get a base hit into right center field. Good read on it by Hardy. He's going to go to third. The throw by Ellsbury's not in time. 9-game hit streak.
Well, when you talk about Zach Stewart, if you take a look at their defense, there is no defense for home runs and line drives. Nava, Ellsbury, Ross, around the infield, Valencia. Danny gets a chance to play today. Iglesias, Pedroia, Gold Glover, Gomez, the young hitter, power hitter out of the minor way, and then the International League defensive catcher of the year, Brian Lavarnway, be doing the catching.
Boy, what a season for Chris Davis, and wrapping it up here, a 9-game hit streak now. Picks up the base hit. He's gone 4 for 8 in this series. And the Orioles cover the corners. Still nobody out, a run in. And here's Adam Jones. Jonesy trying to get out of the 0 for. He's had an 0 for 8 in the series. And will foul that one off for strike 1. Take a look at the numbers for the Orioles. The home run hitters, they've been led by Jones and Davis, each with 30. Teammates with 30 plus. Trumbull and Pujols, Braun and Hart, Granderson, Cano, McCutchen and Alvarez with the Pirates, Hamilton and Beltre with Texas. This year's teammates with 30 or more. 0-1 delivery to Jones, hit him. That'll load him up. And Stewart off to a horrible start.
Yeah, well, this is what happened his last start on the 29th of August. Randy Neiman's going to come out and talk to him. It's just a fastball again, not anywhere close to being a strike. Got to hurt a little bit, but in that last start, it was against the Angels. We know they can hit. And again, 4 runs on 4 hits in the first, a run on 2 hits in the second, and then 4 runs on 4 hits in the third. And they already have somebody stretching out in their bullpen, as Neiman is going to come out and try to say, hey, you got to throw strikes. But the problem is, not only do you have to throw strikes, you can be wild in the. There's Mortensen, the lanky, herky-jerky right-hander with a great sinker. But you don't have to walk people to be wild in the strike zone, and Stewart can't afford to do that.
So Stewart in deep trouble. The Orioles have a run in. The bases are loaded, nobody out, and that will bring Matt Wieters to the plate. Wieters this season with the Orioles, one of the 3 Grand Slam home runs that have been hit. Ryan Flaherty, of course, picked one up the other night, and now Wieters again. That's going to go to second base. Pedroia, Iglesias to first. They will get the double play. Big double play. Hardy will score. No RBI. The Orioles have a 2-0 lead.
Well, that's what they're looking for now. The Orioles will take it because they add a run, but it lessens the chances of the huge inning. And I'm sure Randy Neiman came out and said, Zach Stewart, hey, get ahead. You got to trust your stuff. And he gets Matt to roll over, and 1 pitch, they get 2 outs.
Jim Thomey's the designated hitter today. 3 for 4 in the game he started in this series. And he will take the pitch on the inside corner for a strike. They put the big shift on in the infield, back the outfield up. Wind blowing, as Jim said, from right to left in the ball game, and that's where nobody was. Against the shift and an RBI, and the Orioles have a 3-0 lead. as Jim Thome has done that a couple of times.
Well, he did it on Friday night off of Cook. That one was just inside the third base bag. So if you're Zach Stewart, I never liked shifting this much because, again, he makes a good pitch. You watch him reach for it. Routine roller, except nobody's playing there. RBI. Chris Davis will make it 3-0. And then it's not only that he gets on, Gary, as you know, boy, this kid is, I mean, he's on the ropes. And now all of a sudden you have Reynolds, who's already hit, 9 home runs in the month of September?
Thome gets his 9th RBI with the Orioles. And that one's going to go in the air to left field. It's playable, though. Nava's there to put it away. The Orioles send a 7 to the plate. They pick up 3 runs on 4 hits, highlighted by Nate McClouse. 7th of the year leading off the ball game, and the Orioles are up 3-0. Get your second room of flooring free. 877-241-LUNA. Eric Chavez, home run, Yankees. 3rd inning, 2-1. Yankees trailing in the ball game. The Orioles jump out again, looking for their 92nd win of the year here today. The Orioles' 91 wins are the most since the 97 ball club, the wire-to-wire year when they won 98.
And Joe Saunders is saying 3 runs this early. Most they've gotten in any of the games he's pitched, and this is the 7th start. Again, was 5 runs, and that was against the Yankees.
Saunders will get that one in for a strike. Gomez, the big power hitter, playing at first base again in the ball game. He has had an 0 for 3 in this series, and an 0-2 count on him.
Again, out of the minor leagues, give him some at bats. He was their most the MVP in the International League. A home run every 16 plus times up, hit over 300, 59 extra base hits.
And that ball high, plenty of time for Jones to get in. Gomez is retired, 1 away. Maryland Lottery Strike It Rich contestant of the game, Charles Allender from Middle River. Charles, you won $500 for being selected. You get $100 for each strikeout the Orioles record during the game. And for all the latest info on new games, current promotions, and second chance contests, visit mdlottery.com.
And Charles, Joe Saunders is not a strikeout guy, but he did have the big strikeout game at Oakland where he struck out 7. Usually it's around a couple.
Here's hoping for you. Ball put up in the air to right. Valencia, Davis backing.
Yeah, you can see how the ball's carrying today.
And I can see how the Red Sox are ready to go. First ball swinging. Take a look at our Hollywood Casino League leaders, slots, tables, and dining. The ultimate triple play at Hollywood Casino at Charlestown Races. Lowest ERA in September since 2008. Sabathia, Greinke, Oswalt, Saunders, and Jared Weaver.
Yep, well, that's a pretty select group, and again, a veteran presence, throws strikes. He's been able to stay healthy. Not going to overpower you, but he can certainly get you out in front. And again, a lot of times he's as good as his changeup.
LaVarnway will take it for a strike. LaVarnway's had an 0 for 3 in his appearances. For Saunders here at Oriole Park, 6 career starts, 4-2 record here, 1-2 as an Oriole. Off the end of the bat and in and out of the Orioles dugout.
Well, you make a great point, and of course they're going up to what? They go up to play the Yankees, but again, you get a young hitting ball club, and you're a veteran pitcher. If you're around the plate, they will be hacking.
And they are.
Yep.
Here's the 0-2 delivery. Got it in, and that's going to be a base hit down the line. LaVarnway will make the turn. McLouth in the corner. It'll be a stand-up double. And there's the first hit for the Red Sox. Comes here in the second with 2 down.
Yeah, he tries to go in, as you mentioned, but he doesn't get in. So we've seen LaVarnway last year between AA and AAA hit 32 home runs, only 8 this year. So we haven't seen a real quick bat, but he was on that pitch.
So now, with the first hit, a runner in scoring position. Nava coming to the plate. Switch hitters had an 0 for 2 in the series. Red Sox have had, amazingly, in the 2 games, they've had only 3 chances with a runner in scoring position. They've gone 0 for 3 as their offense has just fallen apart. And the pitch is taken for a strike. One of their key players out of there.
Yeah, and you could, again, that 9-1 early lead the other night, kind of, that changes everything. I don't care what hitters will tell you. You get a big lead. Tillman was pitching well. Your focus, you just lose it a little bit. Ellsbury wasn't in the lineup.
Yep.
Yeah, it really changes the dynamics offensively for a team that's down by 8 early on.
Turnover pitch and an 0-2 count.
Yeah, Nava better hitter from the other side of the plate against right-handed pitching as a switch hitter. Only about a 176 hitter. So now, and maybe a little bit different than what he did with LaVarnway, you make a better pitch with 2 strikes. Get him to go chasing. Pretty disciplined hitter, though, for a young hitter.
0-2 the count. Runner off second base, LaVarnway, and the pitch will be outside. Again, Saunders getting him to look at that pitch in a 1-ball 2-strike count. Nava's had a number of starts this season, a lot of it due to the injuries. Would have been coming off the bench otherwise. He's done a very decent job for the ball club in filling in roles in the outfield. Saunders with 2 away. Here's the 1-2 delivered, and he got it. Saunders gets a strikeout his first. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a base runner left on. The Orioles going to the second, lead it 2-0. At Kia.com. Orioles have the 3-0 lead in the ball game, and you take a look here at Camden Yards, and this is the final game to be played here. The differences from last year to this year.
Well, there you go. More runs, less runs. I mean, and we talked about it. Started when Buck came in 2010, Gary, when they won 17 the last 2 months, each of those months. where all of a sudden the ERA went down, run scores went up. Wasn't a whole lot, but that's all you have to do. Score more than you give up, and the Orioles have been able to do that at home, and they don't score as much on the road, but their ERA even lower than that home ERA. So that's why they're 12 above 500, both home and on the road.
And Ryan Flaherty, who had the grand slam the other night, stands in. Flaherty 2 for 4 in the series. Here in this homestand, the Orioles are 4-2. They've averaged 5.7 runs a ball game on this homestand. The starters have gone 3-2, and the bullpen a win and 2 saves. So they're trying to make it a final stand of 5 wins and 2 losses. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Flaherty will take the strike on the inside corner from Zach Stewart, who will try and settle it down here in the second. Flaherty, Manny Machado, and then McLouth due up. 1-2 delivery. Flaherty down to first, foul.
Yeah, 5 RBIs on Friday night, and talking to him yesterday, he got ahead before the grand slam to Aaron Cook 2-0, and he took a ball down and in that was a pitcher's pitch, and then the next one in the middle of the plate, voila, grand slam. 4 quick runs.
And a little chopper foul. Flaherty hanging in with a 1-ball 2-strike count against Stewart.
Boy, it's kind of amazing to think back, what, 6.5, 7 months ago, where Ryan Flaherty, Rule 5 guys, trying to make the ball club, and one of the first things Buck Showalter said, I think I like him. I like him as a player. Very athletic, can play a bunch of positions, and that's why they've carried him pretty much all year long.
Has that MVP classification, that most versatile player, which has become so important in today's baseball, where your bench is shortened up a little bit and you need somebody who can move around position wise on the bench. Off the fists and foul back. Flaherty, of course, delivered. He had made an error in the ball game in the first half of the inning, came back in the second half and delivered his first grand slam home run. And the Orioles never looked back after that 6-run first inning. He and Chris Davis both had home runs in the first. 2-2 delivery on the way to him. That's going to go the other way. Coming down, it is a foul ball.
Yeah, and after that error, it was on the only hit of the game. Posednik led off with a pulled bunt by Tillman, Chris, who started the game, and he came in and rushed it. And I was thinking yesterday when I was sitting next to Earl Weaver, Earl would have said, son, just make the play. Don't throw it away if the runner's safe, but don't give him a double. And that's a lesson that Earl taught a lot of young players. And as Bertie Tebbetts used to say, you hurry to lose and you slow down to win.
2-2 delivery to him. That's to first. Nice stop, Gomez. And Stewart gets over there to cover.
Yeah, robbed him of a single.
1 away. Well, the O's clearly in the hunt for the postseason. Now's the time to buckle up, back the Birds, make a deposit before tomorrow night at midnight for a 13 full or partial season plan, a convenient 13 game plan included, and you'll get to buy 12 American League Championship or World Series tickets before the general public. That's at midnight tomorrow. Take advantage of that. 888-848-BIRD, Orioles.com/postseason. And that's going to be fouled off. Manny Machado, a big hand. He has picked up where Eddie left off with the Manny chant here at Camden Yards whenever he appears. He's had a great series, 4 for 7, 3-game hit streak for him. And he's delivering the home runs. Manny Machado, 7 home runs, and all of them will come here at Camden Yards.
On a variety of pitches. That was a fastball last night after he had driven in the first run on a changeup back up the middle.
That'll be handled by Stewart. Flip made, and there are 2 down.
And Bobby Valentine saying, well, who was that guy on the mound in the first inning? With no command. Again, it's not about velocity. He's not going to throw the ball by you. But again, he just has to get ahead, stay out of the middle of the plate, make the ball move. He could do that. He cuts it a little bit. He's got a changeup. He's got a curveball. He's got a slider.
3rd career appearance with 1 start against the Orioles. That 1 career start back in 11, as Jim said, with Toronto.
And it was a good one.
Yep.
I mean, a real good one.
Took the loss, 0-1, but performed well. Here's Nate McLouth, who had the solo shot leading off the ball game for his 7th home run of the year. Nelson Cruz has had a 2-run homer. Josh Hamill has picked up an RBI. Texas leading the Angels by a score of 4-1 in their ball game. Doubleheader in Texas. Ground ball goes to second base. Pedroia's got it, makes the play over to first and records the out. So after 7 batters, 3 runs, 4 hits in the first inning, Stewart retires the side in order in the second. Shots he selects. Our camera crew, we've got Jeff, Jamie, Al, Dana, Ed, Brent, Huey, Matt, Chris, and Neil. Mo, Mike are not here for this ball game, but part of that crew. Steve Davitt, who's on ENG. Phil's not in the picture, but also a ton of work here both before and after ball games. We'll have more of our great crew here as we go through this final game at home. They are the best.
Yeah, they give us the things to talk about. Visual medium here on television.
We follow the pictures.
And they follow us sometimes.
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
Make no light of that.
They got that 8-track in the opening.
That's right.
They didn't miss that.
I presented them all with an 8-track this morning. Pedro Siriaco pops that one up in the air. It'll end up over in the seats. I have to thank the security guard downstairs, part of the great people here at Camden Yards. We've joked about the 8-track on the air so much. He went and found one. Said I didn't even know I had them anymore. He dug somewhere in the garage, attic, downstairs, and came up with an 8-track.
Well, Star Wars probably has some value.
Well, I think he should have looked at that value before, because it's the story of Star Wars is the 8-track he gave me. It's the original cast with Roscoe Lee Brown during the narration. Swung on and missed. He got him. Put that on your 8-track.
Yeah, exactly. Well, again, Joe Saunders, veteran guy. You get ahead, free swinger. Siriaco, we showed you a graphic yesterday. The numbers have gone down because I think the league's learned a little bit. It's not that he's not a good player. It's just that he doesn't walk much. And if a guy swings at balls, boy, what a great feeling it is when you can throw them and get him to get himself out.
Here's Iglesias back at short. He's had an 0 for 3 in the series. He's battling an 0 for 12 at the moment. His average has dropped all the way down to just 111. He's going to pick it up right there. Went the other way. Davis will get it. He's going to try for 2. Davis up. Here's the throw. He'll be in with a head first slide. That gets rid of the 0 for 12. He's got a double. Well, down the stretch it is with just today and then the 3 games coming up for everybody. Take a look. The Rays have won 9 of their last 10 in a precarious position, though. Nationals' magic number to clinch in the National League East is now 1. A-Rod has not driven in a run in 10 straight ball games. That's the longest of the year for him. And Mike Trout of the Angels, career against the Rangers, 348 this year in the series. 6 home runs, 19 RBIs, 23 runs in 24 games. Yikes.
Yes, well.
I mean, he does it against a lot of people, but not quite to that extent.
No.
So here's what's up for the Orioles. If they win today and the Angels lose the first of their 2 games, then the Orioles know they are going to go to the postseason. If the O's lose today, the Angels lose both of their games versus the Rangers today, then whole different story. Then the Rays are right back in again.
Unless the Rays lose to the White Sox.
Unless they lose to the White Sox.
They're not well-intentioned.
Yes.
I think the Orioles are very lucky that the White Sox were able to beat them on Friday as well as they played. So again, everybody, Buck Showalter talking in the pregame said, nice little pitch right there. And he said, what? Chris Davis said, well, you got to win the next 4. And Buck said, yes, and it starts this afternoon. There we go. Back to the mantra.
That's true. I mean,
it is.
If you win, then you're in. And the likelihood is if you can do that, you'll take the division. Saunders with the runner at second base. Ellsbury flied out to right field his first time up. And the left-hander's pitch will miss a little bit outside.
Yeah, he got a hanging slider and hit it right at Chris Davis, who made an acrobatic catch. He easily could have been an extra base hit. Nice little play.
We're talking about the scenario of a tie for the division lead at the end of the season with the Yankees. That would necessitate a playoff game if that happens. Ground ball towards third. Manny Machado charging. Great transfer.
Yeah.
Iglesias will go over to third. There are 2 down. College basketball returns to the DMV. Coach John Thompson III leading your Georgetown Hoyas against some of the best at the Verizon Center. Be a part of the tradition. Georgetown basketball. Secure your tickets today. For more info, visit guhoyas.com or call 202-687-4692.
You know, Mike Bartek could talk volumes about that, but the reason Machado makes it look so easy is what Brooks used to do. It's all the pre-pitch preparation. The way you get your feet underneath you. You know, all good infielders have quick feet and fast feet. And you take the arm, the reflexes, the soft hands that Manny has. That's why at 20, it's amazing, but that's why he's as good as he is.
2 down runner at third base. Pedroia looking for the RBI. Pedroia flying out to center field his first time up. So far in the ball game, Red Sox are 0 for 2 with runners in scoring position. Now 0 for 5 in the series. Pedroia's had good numbers in these chances. Down to third. Machado again. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a base runner left on. We go to the bottom of the third inning. The O's on top 3-0. Brought to you by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. By Hyundai. If it's stylish, intelligent, safe, and affordable, it's probably a Hyundai. And by Chevy Cruze, offering the best highway mileage of any gas engine in America. Barry Thorne, Jim Palmer at Camden Yards as the Orioles have the 3-0 lead on this glorious Sunday afternoon. Home run by McLouth to kick it off. The Orioles getting hits from McLouth, Hardy, Davis in that first inning. Tomey got an RBI single. The other run scored on a double play ground ball. Here is Hardy. Base hit. and he'll take it down low. It is his bobblehead day. Fans got to vote early in the year on what bobblehead they would like to see. He actually went out and gave some of the bobbleheads away at one of the gates.
How can you say no?
No, you can't. Gee, that looks a lot like you.
You want one of my bobbleheads, don't you?
I do.
No, I'm talking that's his line. Well, yeah, I think I do, JJ.
Yeah.
What does that stand for, by the way, JJ?
JJ? Yeah. You know something? I don't know.
Nor do I. Well, I'm sure one of the fans asked him.
Yes.
Jimmy
and
John?
Pitch for a strike. I don't know. Let's look it up.
John Jeffrey? Well, parents live in Tucson, so it's not
Is that a clue?
Well, no. It's not a, now Jimmy John.
That one in the air to left field. And it's a foul ball going into the corner. So JJ will come back to the plate. James Jerry. J.J. Hardy.
Well, there you go. Never thought I'd ask him because he's J.J., not James Jerry. James Hardy has a little Western thing to it. Well, Arizona, you'll get it.
Go right along with Maverick. Sugarfoot.
Well, Maverick and Matt Wieters.
He got that one to left field. Back near the wall. Up. Goodbye. Home run. Call him whatever you want.
That's right.
J.J. Hardy with the dinger, and the Orioles have a 4-0 lead.
22nd of the year. Well, you can call him Steady Eddie the way he's played shortstop. And the numbers, that's the 4th home run of the month of September. So lifetime 264 average, that's about what he's hitting in the month of September. Maybe a little bit above that now with the 2 hits this afternoon. 71-17, 4 or more runs. Kind of tells you how much better they have pitched this year.
Swing and a miss by Davis.
Welcome to Camden Yards, Zach Stewart. Nava's going to get back and back and back, and the ball just keeps going. Wind blowing that way.
First and foul. So the Orioles now have hit 13 home runs in the last 4 games. They continue to set a new mark for home runs here at Camden Yards by the ball club this season. Pitch will be way up high. Just phenomenal numbers continue in September. Chris Davis, one of those, 9-game hit streak, single scored in the first inning. Will take the pitch inside for a ball. There have now been 222 homers hit here at Camden Yards, the second most ever in park history. That's going to go to first base. Gomez has got it another flip to Stewart, who is covering. One away in the 3rd. Join your fellow Bird fans at 2 upcoming Buckle Up rallies presented by WBAL Radio tomorrow and Tuesday while the O's are in Tampa Bay. Monday it'll be at Pickles and Sliders just outside Oriole Park from 6 to 8 for a Buckle Up rally sponsored by Miller Lite. Then on Tuesday, show your orange at a second rally sponsored by Miller Lite at the Power Plant live downtown Baltimore 6 to 8. Orioles.com Buckle Up is where you can go for details on all of the Buckle Up events. And a ground ball up the middle. That's going to bounce. That's going to be a base hit for Jones.
And Adam needed that type of hit because he's been chasing. Last night he hustled an error. And if he doesn't run hard, and as it turned out, Davis would hit a home run right behind him. And I said, nice run. He said it was a mad run because he hadn't been getting hits. He'll take this one.
Jones is on with a single off the pitcher Stewart. It looks to be all right.
It really wasn't hit that hard. It doesn't really, of course, have to be hit that hard.
So a tit for tat.
Yeah.
Stewart hit him the first time up. He hit Stewart the second time up. Jones gets out of the 0 for 8 he was in the series. Runner on at first. The Orioles have their 6th hit. Here is Matt Wieters hit into a double play. His first time up. The Orioles now with 2 home runs in the ball game by McLouth and by J.J. Hardy have hit 210 home runs. The 5th most in Orioles history, one shy of the 4th highest, 211. Jones, stolen base.
Well, number 16 on the year. He's the guy along with McLouth. Nate hadn't been here that long. Gets a good jump.
You can hit me in the leg. It's not going to slow me down.
So another chance for the Orioles to put a run up. Matt Wieters with a 1-0 count. And Jones at second. Iglesias, the shortstop, will try and hold him a bit. Wieters will foul it off in the inside pitch. 1-1.
Yeah, the Red Sox, the 11th in ERA, and when the Orioles leave here today, they'll pack up and go down and face the best pitching team in the American League. Buck Showalter keeps talking about if you're ever going to start your pitchers, you want to do it down in Tampa. Wind doesn't blow out.
1-1.
For some reason, it used to be I thought it used to be a fair ballpark, but with their staff and the way the ball doesn't carry down there, good place to pitch.
Mostly their staff.
Yeah, well, that has a lot to do with it.
Probably throw them, be like in the Grand Canyon with that stuff. Wieters, here's the 1-2 delivery on the way, and he'll take it. And that'll be the strikeout, the first of the ball game for Zach Stewart. 2 down.
I'm going to take a look, and it just starts on the inside middle, just enough late movement to hit that outside corner.
Nissan's bottom line sales event going on. Hurry in today. Big savings. Visit choosenissan.com to test drive at your local dealer. Bottom line event ends October 1. Jim Thome, third base side, and that's going to end up in the seats. So the Orioles right now 1 for 3 runners in scoring position today. They are 9 for 20 in the series. Big number. Orioles have really put some impressive numbers up against the Red Sox. 12 wins, 5 losses. Swept them at Fenway. Have a chance to sweep here with a victory here today. And Stewart will step off. 0-1 delivered to Thome. That's going to be a base hit into right field. Jones will score, and Jim Thome's hot. 2 singles, 2 RBIs, a 5-0 lead.
Yeah, a couple of doubles on Friday night. And I don't mean after the game, during the game, as he had a couple hanging breaking balls into right center field. And, you know, again, the herniated disc in his neck. Neck feels good. He's worked hard to get back on the roster. And here comes Bobby Valentine to make a pitching change. There it is, high breaking ball, little top spin, and gets it by Pedroia. And Adam Jones will become roaring around third to make it 5 runs for the Orioles.
So the second quick change, as Aaron Cook started the first game, lasted only an inning plus. Zach Stewart starts this game, lasts only 2 2/3 innings, and the Orioles send him away 5-0 O's. September and really since the All-Star break in offense, and that sends Stewart out with those high numbers.
Yeah, if you don't make your pitches and you don't really pitch well, boy, you're in trouble. And he couldn't do that this afternoon. And Aaron Cook couldn't get into the good pitchers counts. And again, it means Bobby Valentine has to go to the bullpen. Clayton Mortensen, he's been up and down all year long. They got him from Colorado last year. We've seen him on a number of occasions. So again, a run in his last appearance against Tampa Bay. The last 3 times he's given up runs, but again, lefty's actually pretty good. He's got a nice little changeup, and again, a herky-jerky emotion. 6'4", out of Idaho, lives in Phoenix.
Mortensen against the Orioles this year. This is game number 4. The Orioles have touched him up for a couple of runs on 4 hits in 5 2/3 innings. He has no record against the Orioles. Tomey's on at first base, bringing Jones in with his RBI. Here's Reynolds, who flied out to left field his first time up. And Mark Reynolds will take the pitch outside for a ball. Rounding out the month of September, the Orioles, many, and you see why, are going to hate to see the month go. He has just been spectacular. 9 home runs, 24 RBIs. He's at the top of the list in the American League in both home runs and RBIs this month. That one popped up behind first base. Gomez stands and no play.
Yeah, that's why you don't want to go to Oakland. It's a pop-up, and still got about 40 feet to the dugout. Not much room here. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You could have circled it about 3 times and still caught it in Oakland. That much foul territory. Yeah, the one thing about Mark Reynolds, he had the flurry of home runs early. Did hit one against Toronto early in this week, but again, the defense has just been superb. Unbelievable.
Great first base. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Tomey at first. Reynolds will take the slider away.
And you never would have thought that that would have been one of the things he brings to the table every day.
Nope.
And not that he doesn't work hard. It's just that wasn't part of his MO. He's going to strike out. He's going to hit home runs. When he's hot, he's hot.
Supposed to play third.
Supposed to play third. Lost all the weight in spring training. Came in maybe 15, 18 pounds lighter. A little bit more agility. Did not play well. Moved him across the diamond. Totally different defensive player.
2-1 delivery to him, down low, blocked. Nice play by LaVarnway. Toronto still leading New York 2-1. They're in the bottom of the 5th inning, playing at Toronto. Texas still has a 4-1 lead over the Angels. They are in the top of the 5th inning. First game of a doubleheader. Rained out, torrential downpour in Texas yesterday, so they play 2. They are 2 separate games, day night, 1 and 7. Orioles and Yankees are tied for first in the American League East. 3 ball, 1 strike count. Tomey short lead. And Reynolds will take the pitch inside. He wants it.
Man, the Angels, Greinke at least was supposed to start against Yu Darvish. And Greinke's coming off, what, 5 innings, 13 strikeouts.
Take a look at our AT&T Mobility Trivia fact. The O's are 30-15 in day games this season, tied for the best win percentage in the American League with those Texas Rangers.
Yeah, the last couple of years we'd go, why can't they win in the daytime? Why don't they win the rubber games? Why don't they win the 1-run games? How come they never win in extra innings? It's all changed.
They lost.
Well, they did, but it's all changed.
And look at the other side of the field today, and who could have imagined, while the Orioles have been the most improved team in the American League this season in win percentage, the Red Sox are right there at the other end. They have gone in dramatic fashion to the bottom of the American League East.
Yeah, they have not lost 90 games, which would happen if they would lose this afternoon, and since what, 45 years.
It'll be interesting. You talked about Bobby Valentine saying, you know, he thinks he's going to keep his job, and he does. He's saying that. Talking to the writers, I kind of did a survey yesterday and today. Most believe he'll be gone either Thursday or Friday, will be fired, and that John Farrell will be offered the job, and that he can get out of Toronto if he chooses to do so. Bobby wants to come back, thinks he will. The commissioner does not like those kind of things going on once the playoffs start. So if the Red Sox want to get it done early, they will need to do it late next week. The pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Argued about, but it'll be to no avail. So Mortensen will get the strikeout. The Orioles, though, will add a couple of runs, including a home run by Hardy, to lead it off. An 8-5 lead. Bobblehead day, J.J. Hardy passing some out. Shirts off our back day as well. And the Orioles got off to the big start. McLeod, the leadoff homer to kick it off. Saunders on the mound making the start. No walks, couple of strikeouts. Davis, nice play in right. And yes, the magic is back as the Orioles are looking for their 92nd win and have a 5-0 lead. And another one. Laurie's added a home run for Toronto. Their third baseman, Brett Laurie, a 4-1 Jays lead over the Yankees.
And there's your Rangers score that you talked about.
Big doubleheader. All of a sudden, the Rangers were looking at Oakland breathing down their back for the division lead, which they thought they had wrapped up and still are in very good shape in. But Oakland's putting the pressure on again.
Well, they do finish with them. And
3 games.
Yeah, 3 games. And
that one drilled to left field. Cody Ross, he got one. Goodbye. Home run. Ross delivers the long ball, his 22nd. And the Red Sox on the board 5-1.
And that is the 12th home run he has hit off of left-handed pitching. Bullheader, built for Fenway Park, built for Camden Yards, as a matter of fact. He's had a nice year for him. And I guess a changeup right in the middle of the plate. He's looking. What's that coil? I mean, he is a home run guy when he gets to the plate.
So Cody Ross, the third hit for the Red Sox. That'll be home run number 20 off Saunders this season total. All of them hit by right-handers. Gomez flied out to center field his first time up. Orioles lead now 5-1. And back into the screen and an 0-2 count.
Yeah, we talked about one of our keys to the game for Joe Saunders, veteran presence, again, veteran starter, so you don't let a solo home run with a 5-0 lead. Now 5-1 bother you. You just realize you can't be in the middle of the plate.
Down to third, Manny Machado. One away. What better way to commemorate an historic season for the Birds than by ordering a new official Orioles Maryland license plate? Popular new cartoon bird is featured. You can support Orioles reach in the community with proceeds going to the Orioles Charitable Foundation. Visit Orioles.com/plates to reserve your plate and show off your Birdland pride. You're talking about the lead in the West. Texas's lead coming into the day, 2.5 games over Oakland. And they play Oakland, as we said, 3 times, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, to conclude the year.
And Oakland's something like 53-26 over their last 80 games.
That's going to be a base hit into left center. Valencia. Jones will hold him to a single. He's on with 1 away. And LaVarn Way coming up. Our Mercedes Inside the Numbers brought to you by Mercedes-Benz, located on the web at MBUSA.com. Lowest ERA September since '80.
Some pretty impressive numbers there. You have to understand, and again, last year the only month that the Orioles had a winning record was the month of September, 15-13. ERA did not go down, though. They scored more runs, so the collective ERA down almost about a ball game this year for the Orioles. So Rick Adair and Billy Castro, and also the minor league staff, who did a terrific job. You know, whether it's Mike Griffin or whether you look at Rick Peterson, who came on as minor league coordinator, they've gotten guys back to the big leagues that have really helped this club pitch well.
As Mike Showalter was talking about the other day, the fact that they stocked up pitchers and created competition helped. Machado 1, Flaherty 2. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Homer by Ross puts the Red Sox on the board with the Orioles lead. Quentin Addison, who worked the video, not pictured. Bob Gray, Tom Newman, Andy Watering in the EVS, the Elvis, Gene Matthews, Matty, Steve Baldwin in tapes. Zach Lyons joins them there as well. Tim Gang, Nat Cisna, Joey Delpo, Andy Herbert, and Dan Mayu, all part of our great crew here at Camden Yards, making these broadcasts really good. Orioles will bat as we go to the bottom half of the fourth inning. Manny Machado, McLouth, and Hardy. Orioles looking to make it a 4-game win streak. The Red Sox have lost 4 in a row. The Red Sox head to New York to conclude their season with 3 games against the Yankees, which may obviously very much matter to the Orioles.
Well, very much so. And then what you like, you miss Buchholz. He didn't pitch. He pitched very well against the Orioles. Lester, they beat him up in Boston, but he's only lost to him 1 time. They're pitching against the Yankees.
Oh, it's going to be popped up. Trying to find it. That was a high shot. Lavarnway gets back there and puts it away. Manny Machado retired. 1 away in the inning. Our PNC minor league report brought to you by PNC for the achiever in you. Ronnie Welty, we've taken a look at all season long. See the numbers for the 24-year-old put up this season, combined minors.
Well, what you've seen this year, and again, you talked about the great pitching depth in spring training, trying to get more young players, but at all levels, having guys just that they're not suspects, they're more prospects. I remember Cal Sr. used to say there's suspects and there's prospects.
And a big difference. Here's Nate McLouth, leadoff home run put up as he came in the first inning with a 3-game hit streak and immediately extended it to 4. His 10th career leadoff homer and his 7th of the season with the Orioles. 1-1 delivery, the off-speed pitch, foul tipped into the middle.
Well, great article in the Baltimore Sun this morning. His skipper down at AAA was Ron Johnson, who actually was a first base coach for the Red Sox last year. Did a wonderful job at Norfolk. He walked up to him after he was hitting soft pop-ups and striking out, and as he just is there, and he says, "Are you Nate McLouth?" He goes, "Yeah." He says, "Well, start playing like it." And he said he hit about 9 home runs in the next month. And right here, nice picture with Mortensen, who's got, I mean, he's very gangly and herky-jerky windup. So, again, he doesn't throw that hard, but gets good movement. He's got a changeup. Just saw the curveball. But McLouth became a different player. And the article talked about how his dad said he's an overcomer. Never heard that term before.
It's a good one.
Yeah, ability to overcome things.
2 down and nobody on. Here is Hardy. We now have overcomers and outliners in our broadcasts.
We have
1-0 count.
1-2 guys.
That's right.
Brock Showalter. My coin. I want the can-do guys. Everybody wants to. That's one of Buck's phrases. Got a lot of 1-2 in him.
1 ball, 1 strike count. 2 away, nobody on. Hardy a homer, a single, 2 runs scored. 22 home runs on the year for him. And the pitch will be taken outside for a ball. Hardy 4 home runs in the month of September, hitting over 260 in the month, and on the season now at 238. 2-1. Long look in. Mortensen's delivery to him, high and in. Moises Sierra's had an RBI. Toronto's extended their lead to 5-1 over the Yankees. They are in the top of the 6th inning in Toronto. 3 ball, 1 strike count. And up the middle. Oh, Iglesias got it and makes the play. There's the young shortstop of the present and probable future, if he can just find a little bit of offense, because he certainly has the glove. The Orioles have the lead, 5-1. LTE. More 4G LTE coverage than all of the carriers combined. And by Hyundai, if it's stylish, intelligent, safe, and affordable, it's probably a Hyundai. Orioles go to Tampa Bay to play 3. Tampa Bay leading the White Sox in the 2nd inning 2-0 in their ball game. The unveiling, of course, for Brooksy's statue yesterday. What a great day in that, what Jim was talking about, that ready-to-field position. Now all 6 are out there in Legends Park. And that's what's going to happen a million times over. Pictures being taken. What a great series for the Orioles this summer. The Legends Series and the presentations made in the unveiling of those sculptures. Inside out pitch, fouled away. Nava at the plate, hitting .245 on the year. A strikeout victim his first time up.
Well, Earl Weaver, again, Hall of Fame manager, and his statue out there, he teared up yesterday. And
yes, he did.
Very
he
emotional.
also applauded you, and I hoped you noticed that, because I was watching. when Brooksy started talking about, he was going around saying something about each of you who were in the Legends series. And when he came to you, he was talking about the wins and the importance of the games you pitched. And Earl's sitting right next to you. You were watching Brooksy, but Earl was looking right at you, and he was applauding vigorously.
Oh,
he
about
was.
Time.
I want you to know.
We won him. It's about time you appreciated me.
You can't stop, can you?
No.
Just
no.
Can't
Well, you can't give me those. You can't give me those openings.
Oh,
yeah. No, it was emotional.
Here's the 0-2 delivery on the way, and that'll be fouled off. I've watched. Having the honor to be out there along with Jim, who's done 3 and I did 3, Jim Hunter, but when we're out there doing that, we have an opportunity to watch, and I always think it's more interesting to watch the people who are watching than it is the person who's speaking at the time, because there's so much emotion running through everybody that watching their reactions to things said during the events, really interesting. Here's the 0-2 delivery, swung on, I think missed. Did he get him? Yes. Tag put on.
Yeah, nice pitch by Joe Saunders. He hasn't used the curveball very often, but again, veteran starter. You have 3 pitches, don't always have to use them, but as the game progresses, you bring out a little more of the arsenal.
And strikeout number 3. Fans, sign up now for the 3rd annual Casey Cares Foundation 5K run walk on Sunday, October 7th with Baltimore Orioles Nick Markakis. You can go to caseycares.org for details. Siriaco, a strikeout victim, his first time up, and he will foul that one back. Orioles 5 runs, 7 hits, no errors. They've left 3. The Red Sox won 4-0. They have left 2 as the O's try and sweep this series and maybe guarantee themselves a postseason position somewhere if they win, and the Angels lose the first game of the doubleheader against Texas, which they, as we've been telling you, have been doing, and we'll keep you posted on that game, the Yankee game, and the Tampa Bay Chicago game. Down the line, foul ball out of play.
Of course, we've been to Texas. We know what kind of team they have, but we also know what kind of ballpark it is, and we know the Angels. So 4-2, that's not a very comfortable lead.
Nope.
Not in that ballpark with the Angels offense. But it's a good starting point, of course.
You'd rather be there than the other way.
Yes,
but
you would.
Still.
Yeah.
Also, the battle goes on for the home field advantage throughout the league series. Texas has got 92 wins, only 1 more than the Orioles. Washington's got 96, Cincinnati 95 in the battle in the National League. And a lot of people suddenly realizing, wait a minute, Baltimore, Washington, they're fairly close together. What kind of a World Series would that? How would that be?
Well, it'd be the Beltway Series.
Apparently, that's what it's been nicknamed already. And a lot of fans. There's a Nationals fan right there. That's going to be a base hit into left center field. The speedster will make the turn. McLeod cuts it off. It'll be a double. Siriaco on its second here in the 5th inning with 1 away.
Well, it's not like the Red Sox aren't hitting line drives. I mean, first inning, couple of line drives for outs. Then you had a couple of more. We've had the doubles. So again, there, Joe Saunders, though, he's able to weave his way out. But when they get hits, and the Red Sox now have 5 of them, but 4 of them for extra base hits. That's kind of a habit you want to get into.
So a runner at second will bring up Iglesias, who made that great play at short. He had a double his first time up.
I mean, that was an incredible play just to get to that ball.
And the pitch will be on the inside corner for a strike.
You know, I've been reading about this kid he signed in 2009, and you've been reading about him that defensively he's a major league shortstop, and that was 2 years ago. And now you see why. It's the bat.
A lot of spring training talk about whether they were going to give him the chance to be the starting shortstop over Mike Avila's. They did not, of course, wanted more seasoning at the AAA level where Iglesias played this season. But it's decision time for the Red Sox on this young player. Here's the 1-1 delivery to him. That'll be fouled away. B.J. Upton home run. Tampa Bay the 2-0 lead over the White Sox.
Yeah, we talked about the fact that Jennings and Upton had gone, I think, 4 for 31 or 2 for 31 in their first 4 games, and then they both, on the way to 10 runs last night, both had a couple of hits. Upton now is closing in on 30 home runs, 3 or 4 away.
What a finish he's having. And on the Inside corner for a strike, number 4.
Yeah, Ryan Flaherty got called out on what he thought was a ball off the plate. Bill Cousy behind the plate, and that ball close enough.
And our pitch track brought to you by Kia Motors. To learn more, visit kia.com. 2 down. Siriaco still at second base. Here is the center fielder, Jacoby Ellsbury. Ellsbury is grounded out and flied out in the ball game. 2 down. And the off-speed breaking ball will miss for a ball. Oakland is just a game out of a wild card spot. Both New York, Baltimore with the 91 wins. Oakland's got 90. The Angels trying to hang in there. The Angels start the day 3.5 out of the wild card. So Oakland's in. It's a question of whether the Angels can continue the run. And for Tampa Bay, as we said, they're 4 games out of a wild card sport, and that really creates some problems.
Well, you got all the other teams ahead of you.
Yeah.
I look at this. If the Orioles take care of their business, say they are able to win 3 out of 4, and then the Red Sox with Lester and Buchholz pitch well against the Yankees. Yankees could. I know it's a big stretch. They could not fail to make the postseason unless they step it up.
Yep. 1-2 delivery to Ellsbury up the middle. Hardy's got it. Turns. Oh, what a pick!
Well, J.J. Hardy not only gets to it, but a little bit extra with the arm. Check out this throw.
It's the toe. It's gotta be the toe. Coast at number1beach.com. And a number of the Orioles down there rehabbing, and Orioles coaches and maybe even Buck himself are going to go down to Sarasota to take a look and visit. Gary Thorne, Jim Palmer here as the Orioles hope for the sake of their home crowd and for themselves. Maybe today before they leave the ballpark they'll know that some sort of a postseason position will be theirs.
Well, you're right, and I looked at the roster. There's 35 guys that are actually of the 40-man roster that are here. Randy Wolf with the elbow problem, so they're all going to be going down to Tampa, and then hopefully if you make the playoffs with Sarasota so close, some guys, because you can change your roster if you get far enough in the playoffs. Some guys will probably go down to Sarasota. They'll be doing simulated games because you never know what your ultimate roster would be if you get deep into the World Series.
Whoa, what a shot way back, and it is foul. Why did he ever get a hold of that one? That has the fans oohing and awing, even if it was a foul ball. Big time shot right there by Chris Davis, and he can do that. Davis, a single. He is grounded out. He's got a 9-game hit streak now. He was one of the Orioles that scored as part of that 3-run, 4-hit first inning. One ball, 1 strikeout on Davis. And the pitch outside. Mortensen on in relief after watching that ball go. Stays away from the middle.
Well, you talk to Chris Davis, and it's always about balance. Can you keep the front shoulder closed? Can you stay through the ball with the tremendous power, the ability to hit it out any place in the ballpark, which we've seen him do.
And he'll take that one in the air to right center field. It is back. It is deep. And goodbye. Home run. Mercy. Number 31 for Chris Davis.
But in the same, and talking about trying to do all those things, he said sometimes, I just doubt my power. And I don't think anybody that's ever seen him play, you talked about it last night, Gary, that Tom in Texas ever doubted his ability to hit the ball out of the ballpark anywhere. So all of a sudden, I don't think it's any lack of self-confidence anymore. Red hot.
Davis delivers the long ball, and the Orioles extend their lead now to 6-1 as Chris Davis, what a season. 31 homers, 82 RBIs.
Well, take a look again. I mean, left close, and then it's really like you're down at Cape Canaveral, and it's a rocket launch. He hits them straight up in the air like Mark Reynolds does, and they just keep going. And again, the ball really carrying the day.
That one by Jones to center, just shy of the warning track. Ellsbury. Jones retired. He's 1 for 2 in the ballgame. Mid-Atlantic Sports Report returns tomorrow 5 to 6:30. Tom Davis, Mel Anton, and Dave Johnson, Phil Wood will have all the Oriole news and notes as they continue the push to the postseason. That's going to be tomorrow at 5 on Masson. Chris Davis getting hit number 8 in the ballgame for the Orioles. Here's Matt Wieters. Davis has done a number not only on the Red Sox but the whole American League East. He's hitting over 300 against the East with 18 home runs and 43 RBIs in 60 games against Eastern Division opponents. And that can be some tough hitting against some tough pitching. Matt Wieters, 1 ball, 1 strikeout. And a big swing and a miss on an inside fastball. 1-2 on Wieters.
Yeah, the best pitching teams, Tampa won, then the Yankees, then the Orioles, and then Toronto. Well, actually, the Red Sox, and then Toronto.
Wieters to short. Iglesias up. Makes the rainbow throw over, and there are 2 away. Our Rose Extra postgame tune-in brought to you by PNC Bank. For the achiever in you, Jim and Rick will be standing by to update this game and a look at where the Orioles are playoff-wise. You'll listen in to Buck Showalter in the press conference, player interviews, and if the Orioles indeed pick up the win and the Angels lose the first game of that doubleheader and the Orioles know they're going to the postseason, we will have extended coverage postgame. And staying at the ballpark to get the reaction of the managers and players. 1-0 count with 2 down. Tomey's had a couple of hits and 2 RBIs, 2 singles, 2 runs batted in for the designated hitter. Mortenson's delivery to him, and that's in there for a strike. Toronto still leading the Yankees 5-2, bottom of the 6th in Toronto. 1 ball, 1 strike count. And just misses away. Tomey gets ahead. There you see the Rangers now, the Angels 4-2 in that ball game. The Rangers jumped out to the early lead. The Angels trying to get back. 2-1 delivery on the way, and a great changeup, and Tomey way out in front of that one. 2-2.
No, they had Mark Trumbull up with 2 outs and runners at first and third. Trumbull with over 30 home runs, and Darvish was able to get him out, so they did escape the top of the 6th inning. And again, the Orioles will just kind of let it play out, just take care of what's going on, and they're doing a nice little job of it today.
And got him. So Tomey is going to be the 3rd strikeout victim. The Orioles get a run on a hit, no errors, nobody left. This one delivered by Davis, 31st of the season, his 5th in his last 4 games.
Sox. Nate McLeod, 10 lifetime leadoff home run. Orioles had 1-0. Jim Tosa, they play him to pull. He hits the ball up the middle. Nobody playing there. And then the 22nd home run for J.J. Hardy. So hits galore. Another one up the middle by Jim Thome. Adam Jones, who was plunked, gets hit. Zach Stewart, who started for the Red Sox, departs. And again, Jonesy, home runs. Chris Davis having a home run. Saunders pitching well. It's a veteran. They kind of expected that he would keep him in the game. He certainly has. They don't score runs for him today. Total difference. 6 early runs. And Saunders here in the 6th inning with a 6-1 lead.
And the pitch will be taken down low for a ball as Dustin Pedroia leads it off. Pedroia has flied out, grounded out, 1 hit, 7 at bats in the series, hitting about 270 now against the Orioles. That ball to center. Adam Jones. That is an Adam ball. 1 away, 6th inning. Bring your big league dreams to life at the 13 Orioles Dream Camp, January 27th through February 3 in Sarasota. 30th anniversary of the '83 World Champions. Play alongside O's, Rick Dempsey, Al Bumbry, Mike Boddicker, and more, and get the full Major League treatment. 888-848-BIRD or Orioles.com/Dreamweek for details. Big house on hand here in the Sunday afternoon. See the wrap up of the Orioles at home, and hope that they will be part of the celebration, knowing the Orioles are going to the postseason. Cody Ross. Ross, a home run. His 22nd came in the 4th inning. 1-0 the other way, foul.
Yeah, it was a pitch. Of course, it was 5-0 at the time, with just a change up middle of the plate. And again, the reason they got Joe Saunders, because things like that don't bother you. That was the kind of pitch, if you had the kind of innings that Joe's had, that you figured this is what Cody Ross gets paid for. And he promptly smacked it to left, and then you just go on. You move on, make better pitches, and he's done that.
Orioles are 3-3 in the 6 starts that Saunders has made for them since coming on. Pitch will be taken up high for a ball. Working on the loss against Toronto. Last 3, he's had 2 losses and a no decision. Last win was on the 8th of the month. Came against the Yankees. 2-1 delivery and a towering pop-up center field. Rainmaker comes down, 2 outs. Two away, nobody on. Mario Gomez coming up. 0 for 2 in the game, 0 for 5 in the series. He's flied out to center field and lined out to third. And Gomez will take the pitch in the dirt for a ball. Orioles 18-19 and 18-9 rather in the month of September, going for their 19th win of the month, and that will be fouled away. The Orioles are looking to have right now their 12th best September, going way back through the history of not only the Orioles but the Browns as well, for the best months of September in the franchise history.
Yeah, the last 2 years collectively, they only had 3 winning months. 1 last year, 2, and when Buck took over, August and September of 2010.
In the air to right, Davis back, makes the catch. 3 fly ball outs. 1, 2, 3 in the 6th inning. Orioles in the bottom half, bottom third of the order, with Reynolds kicking it off. Orioles lead it 6-1. game against the Rays, and it'll be the final series of the year, regular season. Wei-Yin Chen takes the mound against Alex Cobb. Our coverage on MASN 2 HD begins at 6:30. Ozark Strip presented by Jeep, followed by game coverage at 7. All the access you need right here on MASN. Season series, the Orioles have the lead in at 9-6. See the numbers for the Orioles in September with that average in home runs, best in the American League. Tampa Bay Rays, they have won 9 of their last 10 games coming into today's play. Legends Park, folks out there and getting their pictures taken and enjoying the great sculptures work out there. And in the air by Reynolds to center field. Back, Ellsbury. And he's got it.
Yeah, high sky, bright day, ball carrying. And you can see outfielders all day reacting and then reacting because ball not ending up where they, I think, initially think it's going to be. And even the good ones like Ellsbury can run them down.
1 down. Ryan Flaherty has struck out, grounded out, a couple of hits, including the grand slam and 6 at bats in the series. And Flaherty, the second baseman, will take the pitch for a strike. Here's the 0-1 delivery on the way. Flaherty will take it down low. Orioles swept the Sox in Fenway May 4, 5, and 6. First time they've done that since '94. Now they get another chance to sweep with a victory here in this ball game. And a swing and a miss and a 1-ball, 2-strike count.
Yeah, Martinson actually has starter stuff. I mean, he's got a real good curveball. There was a changeup, and it was a good one. Started last year at Colorado. I'm not sure you want to do that regularly. The way the ball flies there, and then traded over to the Red Sox. Look at those numbers.
Big swing and a miss. That'll be strikeout number 4.
We're going to take a look at the swooping curveball. Again, 6'4". You see the front side. He really throws his left side, and that's part of the deception. And Ryan Flaherty's, his theory is get a good fastball to hit. Didn't get one. He took the first one right down the middle and never got anything close to being straight.
Here's Manny Machado. Machado has grounded out and popped out. Last time the Orioles swept a series against the Red Sox, 3-game series here, was 2010. Did that early in the year. End of April, 1st of May, last sweep of the Red Sox at Camden Yards. Manny Machado will take the pitch, and it'll be outside for a ball. He is grounded out and popped out in the ball game. Mortensen with a 1-0 delivery to him, and he takes it deep to left field. That's going to stay in the yard and will be hauled in. How about there to put it away? A 1-2-3 inning, and the Orioles behind Saunders on the mound and their bats have the lead. John Kitchen audio. Alibaba Gamenchi, thank God he doesn't play with that name. There's our stat man, Kevin Krause right there. Drexel Wright, tech manager, Keith Jackson, Joe Flynn, Neil Gallagher, Pat Calhoun not pictured there working. Everybody's got to have a pet, though. Andy Hempman there, the utility. Part of our great crew here at Camden Yards. And our 7th inning brought to you by Hyundai. If it's stylish, intelligent, safe, and affordable, it's probably a Hyundai. Or a member of our crew, one way or the other.
Did we show Dawn yet?
Well, she refuses, our producer refuses to have her picture taken. Can you imagine that?
Really? Pretty as she is?
Huh? I guess we're going to get a shot of the back of her head later. We'll point it out, don't worry.
Oh, will we ever?
Will we ever?
Slinking, hiding in the corner.
Exactly.
In the truck. Did I call her Slinky?
Not yet.
I might have, but
the timeout taken.
That too.
Something came on the field in right field, and you saw Saunders.
Well, there's Dawn. Oh, no, that's not her.
I don't know what baseball, I guess. Just
Sunglasses
over to get it. I don't know what it was. But it stopped Saunders mid-pitch.
Yeah,
and
Robert,
Dino's playing second.
Yep, a little defense. Boy, has he played well defensively. Of course, it's really not a news alert because he can pick it. Great change up, yeah. Great change up there.
Daniel Valencia, he has singled and flied out. Valencia's first appearance in this series, hitting 143 against the Orioles in the year. And there's another one high in the air in the yard. McLouth. Got some rainmakers today. One away, 7th inning.
Now they got Valencia because of, as you mentioned, the wrist, the broken wrist to Will Middlebrooks, who's having a terrific year in his rookie year. But I was talking to him yesterday, and J.J. Hardy they played together in Minnesota in 2010, and J.J. was saying that he was a big part of them getting to the postseason. But Danny Valencia said, I've forgotten how to hit.
Guess that can happen.
I said, that's what well, he's just struggled and kind of fell out of favor in Minnesota. And
Valencia will foul that one away. Lavarnway, rather, will foul that one away. Orioles up by a score of 6-1, 7th inning. 6-8-0 for the Orioles, 1-5-0 for the Red Sox. Mike Trout has delivered a home run. Angels now back to within 1 of Texas. Texas 4. The Angels 3. 7th inning. Pitch from Saunders outside.
Yeah, they got a pretty deep bullpen, but with Holland and Harrison, the two lefties, and then they let Ron Washington lets Yu Darvish pitch late in the ball game, regardless of the score.
And Dino can't get a hold of that one. And Lavarnway is on with a 1-out single here in the 7th inning. Follow the Buckle Up conversation throughout the postseason into the offseason with the Birdland social media clubhouse. Visit Orioles.com/connect to find out how you can get insider access. Facebook, Twitter, Google, Instagram, Pinterest, and more. Connect with your favorite players. Just learned another word. Be the first to hear the breaking news straight from the team. Join the conversation today. What the hell is Pinterest? What is that? Something you put something up on the board with when you're trying to stick notes up on the wall? The Pinterest?
It goes right with your
Pinterest?
Right with your 8-track.
Oh, God. That one deep to left field. That's going to be out of here. Goodbye, home run. Nava got it all. After striking out twice, he gets a 2 RBI homer, and it is a 6-3 ball game.
Now, second home run of the year from this side of the plate, and instantaneously they come back within 3 runs. Ross with the early home run. Take a look. I mean, it's right down the middle, and Daniel Nava's waiting.
Ball thrown back out, but it went out.
Yep.
And that'll be hit number 7 for the Red Sox, who are going to make this more interesting than Buck Showalter would like. Home run number 5, RBIs numbers 31 and 32. Nava gets the homer, second of the ball game. Ross the other for the Red Sox, and that's going to be a base hit up the middle, and the Oriole bullpen now active for real. Siriakos had 2 hits in the ball game, single and a double, 3 hits in the inning for the Red Sox, and there's O'Day getting ready.
Well, they've been hacking all afternoon, and when Joe Saunders again makes quality pitches, he's been able to get outs. The defense has certainly helped him, and O'Day is not messing around.
Wieters out to draw a little time, and so will the pitching coach.
Yeah. Ricadero come out, and they will make sure that Darren, who was rapid firing down there, they also get a lefty up to go with Darren O'Day. Little double action in the Oriole bullpen.
Saunders coming into the inning, really controlling his part of the ball game, getting it done very nicely. Patton, the left-hander, has joined him.
Yeah, normally you would see the right-hander over where Patton is, but O'Day got up earlier, and then you'd have the left-hander on the other side. There's enough room between the two bullpen mounds that
they don't hit each other.
They don't hit each other. Yep. Well, if one guy threw across his body, we might have a problem.
Here's Iglesias, a double, and he is struck out. And a throw over again. This more about giving the bullpen time than anything else. Iglesias, the number 9 hitter. Ellsbury waiting on deck. Iglesias just $1.25 his average. Got out of an 0 for 12 with a double his first time up in the ball game, and takes the pitch away for a ball.
And then Manny Machado comes in just close enough at third, even with the bag, that he's thinking about bunting. I mean, only hit 9 doubles playing full time at AAA. 266 hitter. Decent average.
Bounced. Wieters blocks.
But this is a count that, again, you pitch to the scoreboards 3 runs up. Was 5 runs up before the home run by Nava. He ought to get a pretty good pitch to hit here.
Everything getting crunched. Robinson Cano just picked up an RBI. The Yankees have cut the Toronto lead to 1. It is 5-4. 2-0 count. And the pitch is there for a strike. Left it inside on him.
And that's Bobby Valentine probably giving him the take. Jerry Royster flashing the signs down at in the lower screen, the third base coach, hoping that maybe Saunders would throw a ball, get a big inning going here.
2 ball 1 strike. We'll wait. Each team now with 8 hits in the ball game. 2 ball 1 strike count. Saunders ready. Runner stays. No, he goes. Delayed. What was that? Caught in a rundown. Siriaco. Too long a rundown here. And there's the tag put on.
Yeah, about 2 to 3 more. Too many. And Bobby Valentine going, boy, what else could happen? He had such a small lead, Gary. It was a 3-run deficit lead where you don't want to get picked off, and I don't know what he's doing. I have no idea. And again, you don't want to make more than 2 throws. It's going to be 1 extra one, and here's your throw from J.J. Hardy to Andino, who tags him.
Wow.
Well, that's a big out. They're all big outs when you got yourself a 3-run lead and you're hunting for outs late in the ball game.
It's an enormously bad play.
Well, the count was 3-1, and
don't know. I mean, he had no chance when he took off. 3-2 delivery. Iglesias towards right. Andino over. He's got it.
No.
Throws off the bag. And the toe gets it. There have been a lot of entrants in the Orioles Hall of Fame, some of which are individuals with big bats, some with big arms. I think there's going to be a toe.
Well, again, this is not a good throw, but the save. You know about that in hockey. The kick save, the toe save.
Our 7th inning stretch brought to you by Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey. Fly straight and drink responsibly. And military being honored here on this Sunday in the final game. Gary Thorne, Jim Palmer, we welcome you back. Nothing's ever easy. Orioles way out on top. Red Sox make a comeback. Early lead Toronto. 1-run ball game now against the Yankees. Texas just 1 run ahead of the Angels.
Well, maybe it's not September 28th like last year when everything in 3 minutes. I mean, the world changed for a bunch of ball clubs. But, when I was a kid, I used to watch Otto Graham in the Cleveland Browns.
Yes.
And they had a guy, Lou the Toe
Rosa.
Hall of Fame kicker.
Yes.
Mark the Toe Reynolds.
Mark the Toe Reynolds. I like it.
He's been reincarnated. He's playing first base for the Orioles. But just a marvelous season. I've been here since 1965 when I was 19 years old. And the fans, we never drew that well in Memorial Stadium. But when they built this ballpark 20 years ago, all of a sudden you had fans with enthusiasm, really good ball clubs, and it's back, and it's great to see.
I think the next T-shirt, probably have to wait till next year. What do you think, a toe? Like we'll have something on the front, the toe on the back?
The big question is, will Mark Reynolds be back? And I don't know, they're bringing his toe back.
Well, at least leave his toe.
Exactly.
Orioles have the 6-3 lead in the ballgame. Chris Carpenter is going to come on for the Red Sox to do the pitching. So Mortensen, a good job on in relief as the starter. Stewart lasted only 2 2/3 innings. Zach Stewart, 5 runs, 7 hits, no walks, and a strikeout. Relieved by Mortensen. And Mortensen ended up with only 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, and did a heck of a job.
So Chris Carpenter comes on. McLeod there started this whole game off with a solo home run. 2-1. He got behind. I'm talking about Zach Stewart. He hit one to deep left center field. That's the amazing thing about Nate McLeod. As you mentioned, 10th lifetime leadoff home run, but hitting the ball, especially in this ballpark, with power the other way.
And McLeod's right up the middle for a base hit. So the Orioles want to get 1 or more of those runs back, and here in the bottom of the 7th, McLeod gets his 2nd hit for the game to kick it off. Place your deposit on 13 Oriole Park 5-bagger suite packages and experience Camden Yards in a new way. 1 low price, fully catered suite, 5 games in 13, including 2 against the Yankees or Red Sox, plus parking, VIP treatment, and more. Make your plans for the 13th season. Details 410-547-6173 or Orioles.com/suites. The Orioles pick up hit number 9. Rich Hill throwing in the bullpen. Visit to the mound by LaVarnway.
Yeah, Carpenter actually the player to be named later when Theo Epstein went to the Cubs. So he comes in. Last year pitched in the Cubs minor league. This year a closer down at AAA. Had a good year for him down at Pawtucket.
And the throw over to get McLeod back with Hardy waiting at the plate. J.J. Hardy, a single, a home run, and he is grounded out, robbed of a hit by a great play by Iglesias. His last time to the plate. The Orioles got 3 runs and 4 hits in the first inning. McLeod with that home run. 1 scored on a double play, 1 on the Thome RBI single. Thome's had 2 RBIs, 2 base hits in the game. Hardy, 2 RBIs, or an RBI rather, on the home run. Davis has had a home run in the ball game, and that accounts for the Orioles' 6. Homer by Ross. Nava with a home run, good for 2, accounting for the 3 runs for Boston. And the bullpen apparently needing a little time.
Well, somebody told Chris Carpenter that McLeod can run a little bit, so he's going to hold him on. Kind of a slow start for him this year because of elbow surgery in the offseason, but really came on and pitched well.
There goes the runner inside, throw down, no chance.
Well, he is so deliberate to home plate. And when you're tall, and he is tall at 6'4", and you swing the leg and you have speed, which is what McLeod has, and it's kind of a slide step, but it's very deliberate. And again, if you're over 1.3, and you can see LaVarnway makes a nice throw. He's a little bit offline, but gets rid of it very quickly. But again, if it's over 3.4 seconds by the time you deliver it and the ball gets down there, average runners can steal, and McLeod is far from that, much better than that, so he steals it easily.
11 out of 12 for McLeod. Hardy, another RBI chance. Shows bunt, drops a beauty. A beauty. Play there and a sacrifice to move McLeod over to third base. And it's time to text in your vote for the AT&T Player of the Game. The candidates are Joe Saunders with an outstanding start, J.J. Hardy, home run, single, couple of runs scored in the ball game, and Chris Davis. Davis has scored twice, a home run, RBI, 9-game hit streak. Text in your vote, A, B, or C, 31826. Hardy gets his 7th sacrifice of the season, and the infield will move in.
And that's exactly what that bunt was about. Guy with 22 home runs, one of them this afternoon. And of course, they're going to walk Davis to get to Adam Jones. That's what happens when you trail. It's the last thing that Bobby Valentine or any manager would want to do is bring in a young rookie and then have to walk around a guy. Of course, he's red hot. 4 home runs and 5 home runs in the last 4 games with Padilla and Hill to get to Adam Jones with 32 home runs. But that's what the scoreboard dictates.
Pitch taken outside for ball 3. This will be intentional pass number 6 on the season for Chris Davis. And we'll put runners at first and third with one away, creating a chance for the double play. The Orioles' most valuable Oriole honored before the ball game today, the 7th Oriole to win the award in consecutive years. 103 runs scored, the first Oriole to do that, reached that 100-run mark since Brian Roberts in 09. 289 average, 32 home runs, 81 RBIs, Gold Glove play in center. Congratulations to Adam Jones, the most valuable Oriole. Chavez comes on as the pinch runner at first base. That'll make that double play a little more difficult.
And he'll be coming in for defense. Big play last night in the 1-run victory. Coming in for defense. So Adam would like to get a most valuable RBI here.
Orioles today 2 for 5, runners in scoring position. Single, run scored, 1 for 2 for Jones. Pitch down low, nice block made by LaVarnway to keep that one in front.
Yeah, he gave that ball no chance to get by him.
1-0 count.
So maybe the scouting report on Adam is, hey, get him to chase breaking balls. But if you're a young pitcher, and that's what Chris Carpenter is, can you get it close enough to get him to chase?
1-0 count on Jones. Runners off first and third. Carpenter gets the pitch in low. White Sox have scored a couple. Tampa Bay's lead, it's cut to 1. Top of the 5th inning, Tampa Bay 3 and the White Sox 2. White Sox have got to make a run here. The Detroit Tigers are going to move away. Tigers have a 2-game lead in the Central.
As big a game as that is for Tampa, it's even bigger for the White Sox, or as big.
2-0 delivery to Jones. Slow roller. Iglesias will go to Pedroia. Got to turn it in a hurry. And he did. So the strategy worked. The intentional pass setting up the double play. We've completed 7 here at Camden Yards. The Orioles on top by 3.
And, and they've hit some line drives, but he's been around the plate. Didn't get hurt on a couple of home runs. But again, they get him early runs. And Charles Allender is very happy because he's gotten some strikeouts this afternoon.
Our Maryland Lottery contestant of the game, 500 for being selected, 100 for each strikeout, 4 so far, 900 total. For all the latest information on new games, current promotions, and second chance contests, visit mdlottery.com today, and Charles a chance for more.
Well, this inning's going to be about lefty versus lefty, as Ellsbury's going to lead it off, and then you got a day still up in the bullpen. I would imagine this will be his last batter. And he got him into the 8th inning, which is very credible. And again, that veteran starter presence.
A very strong performance. Here is Ellsbury. Robbed of a hit by Hardy his last time up. 0 for 3 in the ball game, 1 for 7 in the series. And the off-speed breaking ball is going to miss outside. Andy Chavez stays in the ball game to play in right field after pinch running for Chris Davis. Ellsbury, the 1-0 delivery to him, a fastball. That will miss. Count goes to 2-0. Red Sox in need of base runners, trying to get the potential tying run to the plate at least in the ball game as we are in the 8th inning. And he takes it, and the pitch is in there for a strike.
Now, he's been so efficient. I mean, that's only, there is Darren O'Day that when the inning started got up, and it's only the 87th pitch he's thrown. 62 strikes, only 25 balls, so he's had his command.
Down to first and foul, 2-2.
So now he's back into the count. Maybe one breaking ball of sorts, and hope to be able to get Ellsbury out.
Saunders worked 8 innings in the Seattle games 2 starts ago. He gave up only a run on 5 hits in 8 in that ball game that the Orioles won by a score of 3-1 in Seattle. 2-2 delivery on the way, and that will be down low. A breaking ball and a 3-ball 2-strike count. Toronto is now tied with the Yankees. The Yankees have come back in that ball game and tied it up at 5-5. Well, the Yankees have had a big comeback against the Jays, who are out in front 5-1 at one point in the ball game. 3-2 delivery on the way, and he got him.
Yeah, he chased ball 4, but again, you see 5 pitches, there's a rhythm, and again, are you close enough to get him to swing? And it's, I mean, it's down and away. Ellsbury, again, this is what Saunders does, yet to throw a home run, and people very appreciative, as all his teammates are. Marvelous performance in a clutch game.
Joe Saunders leaves with a chance to be the winner and the appreciation of the full house here at Camden Yards.
Saunders. So you kind of you got him for pretty much what he did today, and then you hand the ball to Darren O'Day, who's just been fantastic. You got a couple of right-handers. Probably will see some pinch hitters as you get deeper into this lineup for Bobby Valentine, trailed by 3 against O'Day.
1 down, nobody on. Here in the 8th inning, here's Pedroia, who's had a 0 for 3 in the ball game, and O'Day's delivery will be taken away for a ball. For Pedroia, a 3 for 13 lifetime off the Oriole right-hander. You see the righties have just a 197 batting average against him this year. O'Day's 1-0 pitch, and Pedroia will take that for a strike. Darren O'Day against the Red Sox this season. This is the 9th game he's appeared in. 2 runs, 8 hits, 7 innings. Has no record against the Red Sox, who are hitting .267 against him on the year. 1 ball, 1 strike count to Pedroia. 1-2.
Yeah, again, that's where the deception comes in. How many times do we ever see Pedroia swing through a belt high fastball in the middle of the plate? But again, the release point is so unusual. You don't see it if you're a hitter. You're looking up, and he's releasing it from just above the ground.
4th hardest American League player to strike out. Pedroia with the great contact that he makes at the plate, and he wanted extra time. He stands away with a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Bottom of the 8th inning now. The Rangers still leading the Angels by a score of 4-3. Game 1 of their doubleheader. O'Day with a 1-2 delivery. Ground ball towards the middle. Diving, and Dino got no chance. It'll be a base hit. So Pedroia's on with an infield single with 1 away in the 8th inning. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Orioles may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. Brian Mattis, left-hander in the pen. If Ross, then Gomez due up, and Padilla, who has been throwing, he's warmed up, he's staying loose now. Here comes Ross, power bat, home run, 4th inning, his 22nd. 1 for 3 in the ball game. Ross getting his first home run against the Orioles this year. He's hitting .229. Runner goes. Wieters from his knees, and he got him. And he had room to spare. Matt Wieters.
Unbelievable. Pedroia stole his 100th base the other night. He got number 19 on Friday night. Watch this. Good jump from the knees. Perfect throw. Just put the tag down, and that's what Robert Andino does. Look at this. Boom. Doesn't get any better than this. I don't know if Matt's going to win another Gold Glove, but I don't know if there are any better defensive catchers.
Look at that. Knew it was the only chance he had. They just took the ball out of the glove and let her go. Right on the money.
But how about the arm strike? Again, the magic number under 2.1 seconds. He has been timed, maybe even quicker there at around 1.8. It's just an exceptionally quick release and accurate.
37% of base stealers thrown out by Wieters this year. And the pitch will be taken up high. The Orioles have made big plays on the base paths, taking advantage of it. Siriaco in that 7th inning had a single with 2 down, was on it with only 1 away, and was on at first base and got caught in a rundown trying to steal where he had absolutely no chance. And now this caught stealing by Pedroia, where the last thing the Red Sox need are base runners being taken off the paths. Fouled away by Cody Ross, and a 2 ball, 2 strike count.
You're certainly right about that. I mean, you start counting the outs when you get into the late innings, especially with the lead. And when they give you some or they run themselves into them, you say thank you very much. But again, the execution by Matt Wieters both times. It cost them 2 outs, and they can't afford to give them up.
O'Day will back off. Fans on their feet here with a 2-2 count. Two down. Up and in, pullback pitch. Ross 1 for 5 lifetime offo day. Joe Saunders looking to pick up the win in the ball game for the Orioles. A most interested fan now in the dugout. 3 ball, 2 strike count. Got him. O'Day gets the strikeout. Wieters gets the caught stealing. The Orioles keep the lead. There he is. And Fred Godot, tape AD, Brandon Kurtz, our bug operator, Eddie Warman, phone coordinator, Tom Bowles not in the picture here, works back in the truck, Lynn Howard, our duet operator, and you saw the back of our producer's head, Don D'Agostino. Great shot. That was a great shot.
Oh, you?
Don. No,
oh,
Don.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
We like it.
It's just, you had the perfect cloth going there. It's great.
Well, speaking of being quaffed, here comes Vicente Padilla in. Who's had a nice year for him. Signed in really the middle of January. We saw him when he was a starting pitcher for the Rangers, won 14 and 15 games, not back-to-back years. And then again, he can throw in the mid-90s, won't always do it. He's got the eephus pitch, maybe trying to be like Steve Johnson or vice versa. The big slow curve ball that he'll throw up there every once in a while.
Matt Wieters will lead it off against him in the bottom of the 8th inning. Wieters, Thome, and Reynolds due up. Wieters 0 for 3 in the ball game. Matt 0 for 7 in the series, and Padilla's pitch is going to miss.
Yeah, he wanted that extra inch or two out off the outside corner. So Kuzi wouldn't give it to him. But Padilla with 23 saves. So it hasn't been a bad year for the Red Sox. And as usual, he's been injured. He always has some problems. Had some right arm tightness. Last year was neck problems when he was with the Dodgers.
Padilla working in his 6th game against the Orioles. Previous 4. He's given up 2 runs, 4 hits, and 4 in a third innings. Wieters will take it all the way, and he's on. So the Orioles get a leadoff walk here in the bottom of the 8th inning off Padilla. Every Orioles walk this season, Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield contributes $50 to the American Heart Association Heart Walk. 476 walks, $23,800. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle. Jim Thome, 2 RBIs on 2 base hits, 2 for 3 in the ball game.
Yeah, he'd like to hit 613th home run off Padilla. 10 days ago, Padilla, the walk-off to Upton. We talked about how hot he's been. B.J. Upton. Orioles will see him in Tampa. Hit a 3-run shot to beat the Red Sox and Vicente.
He'll take it down low. Texas continues their lead against the Angels by a score of 4-3, working late in the ball game. Orioles looking for the win here and a Texas win in game 1 of their doubleheader, and the Orioles will be guaranteed a spot somehow in the postseason. That'll be taken, and it just misses away. Jim Thome with a great eye on that one.
Yeah, that's one of the great things I've seen Jim since he broke in with Cleveland, and he strikes out a lot. He walks a lot. He's got 612 home runs. His ticket to Cooperstown, and he knows what he wants to hit. And he may miss it, but he's got a good idea, especially in these hitters' counts.
Big shift on in the infield. Padilla's delivery to him down to first and foul. Thome 1 for 8 lifetime off the Red Sox reliever. 41,257 for the final home game of the year. 41,257.
So that gets him somewhere in the 2.1 million fan range.
Been a great season, turning over that 2 million mark. There's Camden Yards. 2-ball, 2-strike count on Thome. And on the inside corner, the strike call.
Yeah, perfect pitch. Kind of mesmerizes you, change ups and cutters, and then watch this ball run back. 35 years old, about 3 days ago, Vincente Padilla. He can still get it up there.
Texas game, bottom of the 8th inning, 2 down in that ball game, with the 1-run lead over the Angels, 4-3. Here's Mark Reynolds. Reynolds has had an 0 for 2 and a walk in the ball game. Couple of hits and 9 at bats against the Red Sox in the series, and that's there for a strike. Reynolds, of course, has had the big year against Boston. He came into the game hitting .373 against the Red Sox with 6 home runs and 16 RBIs. One of the biggest years ever for an Oriole against the Red Sox. That is outside. 1-ball, 1-strike count from Padilla. Reynolds 2 for 10 lifetime off the veteran right-hander. Carpenter worked an inning, gave up a hit. Clayton Mortensen 3 1/3, a run on a hit, a home run hit by Davis off him. 1-1 delivery, taken inside, and a 2-ball, 1-strike count. The Yankees are now leading Toronto by a score of 6-5, and Nunez sacrifice fly scoring Granderson has given them the lead in that ball game. The Yankees a big comeback from a 5-1 deficit in the game to take the lead. Here's the 2-1 delivery, and that'll be a ground ball off the fist of Pedroia. Iglesias relay, and they turn the double play. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. The Orioles trying to put away a ball game that gets them that much closer to the postseason. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. And by Dodge. See your authorized Dodge dealer and experience a world of performance, design, and fuel efficiency. Schedule a test drive or go to dodge.com and check out their powerful lineup. Another day of scoreboard watching with 3 games to go after this. The Orioles' magic number 2 coming in. They can cut it to 1 at least by winning this one, and Jim Johnson on to try and do just that.
Yeah, who better, trying to go for number 50 and got number 49 last night. 25 consecutive starts going from back last year in August all the way to June this year. That's how it started. We get that little note today. It's kind of one of those non-numbers. He could be the 4th pitcher ever to have at least 45 saves, which he already has, and less than 50 strikeouts. But again, it looks like if he can get the save today, maybe another 1 or 2 down in Tampa, he may be the first pitcher ever not to have 50 strikeouts, as Pasetnik's going to come on to pinch hit.
Scott Pasetnik will be hitting for Gomez. And he'll take the ball to center field. Jones coming. He's got it. 9th inning and 1 down. Updating you in the voting, AT&T Player of the Game. The results so far: Joe Saunders with a big start. Text in your vote, A, B, or C, 31826. Results on the O's Extra post-game show. Derek Jeter's picked up an RBI. The Yankees now lead Toronto by a score of 7-5 in their ball game. The Orioles and Yankees are tied for first in the division. The Red Sox will play the Yankees for 3. The Orioles go to Tampa Bay for 3. They are going to the 9th inning in Texas. Texas still leading the Angels 4-3. Orioles win. Angels loss. The Orioles will be guaranteed a postseason spot. 2 games almost tracking each other in terms of where they are in the ball game.
So Loney, who played on Friday night, came over in that the Dodger train, the Crawford Gonzalez Beckett trade. They pretty much got rid of $250 million worth of long-term salaries. So again, that non-number, Jimmy Johnson doesn't need to strike you out. A lot of movement, 3 pitches, but 70% of the outs on the ground.
Loney will take the pitch, and it is in there for a strike, and the count goes to 2-1. We are in the 9th. The Orioles are 2 outs away from a victory over the Red Sox. That would be their 4th consecutive win. 2-1 delivery. Ground ball towards second base. Played by Andino. 2 outs. The crowd standing, roaring. Laverne Way. 2 away in the 9th inning. Final game at home for the Orioles. And they're going to wait around if this game ends in a hurry to scoreboard watch. Ground ball to short. Played by Hardy, and the Orioles win it. The Orioles pick up win number 92. A 6-3 victory over the Red Sox. They win 13 and lose only 5 against Boston on the year. Now they will await the final 2 outs in Texas, where Texas has a 4-3 lead over the Angels. If the Angels lose, the Orioles will know they are going to the postseason.
Yeah, the amazing thing, Gary, is it started, 81 games ago, all the way back in early April. Arrieta on the mound when he beats Carl Pavano and the Twins. Just trying to get off to a good start. Hadn't ended, but it's certainly been a great 6 months into the tail end of this season. And there's the skipper looking on, doing a Tom Kelly. He just wants to see his players enjoy what they've earned.
Great start by Saunders, who will get the win in the ball game. He's 9-13 on the year. They're putting the Texas game up. The players are going to stay on the field. The Texas game is up on the big board, and the players have stopped to the first base side of the mound watching. to see whether or not the wind is picked up. Now, whether they'll stay out there or not, we'll see. They had not completed going through the line here, as they always do after a win. So they'll get that done and then either go in the clubhouse and watch the end of that game or stay out here. It would be nice because the Oriole fans are going to stay and watch this game on the big board.
Man, there's Turris with one out, has singled by Beltry at third.
Yeah, it looks like players want to hang and look. Zach Stewart, the loser, 1-4 in this ball game, by the way, their starter. And Jim Johnson just continues to pile up the saves for the Orioles. And is this going to be the day where they know they're into the postseason? One away in that Texas Angels game. We'll take a quick break. We'll come right back here, let you watch with the fans and the players and get their reaction. Just a minute.